My name is Victoria Rutledge, and I am happy to lead you through our hour-long yoga sessions for the City of Albany's Virtual Tulip Fest. I teach here at Lark Street Yoga, as well as having many other projects that I feel really passionately about that you can find on my Facebook, Victoria Swift, or my Instagram, which is Swift_V. I would love to have you join me in classes online or in person at Lark Street Yoga when we open up for in-person classes again, and I'm happy to share this practice with you. I hope you enjoy what I have to offer, and thank you again.
Citizens fits the flow of your life with convenient and easy-to-use tech that makes you ready to wake up, pay your friend back with Zelle in the Citizens mobile app, all before your morning snooze. Quickly buy groceries with your Citizens card and your digital wallet for your next culinary adventure. And easily deposit that birthday check with mobile deposit. So whether you're relaxing, creating, or celebrating, we have tech that fits the flow of your life. Citizens, made ready.
Hi there, my name is Victoria Rutledge, and I am happy to invite you to the City of Albany's Virtual Tulip Festival. I'm going to be providing an hour-long yoga class for you to help you reconnect with your body, your mind, and kind of settle back into the visceral experience of being a human being. I love teaching and practicing yoga because yoga's main goal is a liberation. Liberation for all living things, where we can all be safe, happy, and free. What does that look like to you? What would it mean to be liberated in your life? To feel free, autonomous, and excited about every day? To me, leaning into joyfulness, pleasure, happiness is a key into that sense of freedom. Because when we feel truly free within our bodies and minds, we're able to extend grace and compassion to all living beings, inviting them back into that space as well. Our movement practice today will cultivate a lot of sensation. And this sensation is kind of like the friction that will refine us and bring us back to ourselves. It's very easy to practice yoga and feel like we're these wonderful, peaceful beings, but really, this yoga practice on the mat is designed to help you bring compassion into the rest of your life. So when we have big sensations on our mat, we can relate it back to when we have big sensations out in the world, and similarly return to our breath, return to our sense of peacefulness, and come back to our bodies and that sense of stillness and ease. Today we're going to start our practice in child's pose. This can be a little sensitive to knees, so you can bring a rolled blanket or a pillow between the knees and the calves. But we bring the big toes to touch, separate the knees just wide enough so that the thighs cradle the ribs, the arms stretch out front, and the forehead comes down to the mat. Deepen your breath here in and out of the nose. Look for the sense of expansion around the tailbone, and maybe it feels good to gently rock the hips from side to side. And as we move and flow today, I encourage you to invite in any exploratory or micro movement that helps you to feel your way through each shape. These poses are not a destination, they're an invitation into your body. In child's pose, if there's any intention, affirmation, or gratitude that you want to invite into your mat, you are more than welcome to do so. Take a big inhale here, reach the fingertips forward. And as you exhale, rock up into the tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spreading the fingers wide. We inhale to arch the back deeply, gaze skyward. Exhale to round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, arch the back deeply. Exhale as we round. Inhale, arch the back deeply. Exhale as we round. Inhale, arch the back deeply. Exhale, come back to a neutral spine, lengthening tailbone through the crown of the head. Extend the ball of the right foot behind so the right toes are tucked and we lift in the back of of the right knee. And then roll the fingertips towards the back of your mat so they point behind you or wherever they end up. And you can begin to point and flex that right foot. Opening the toes, the calf, the ankle as we rock the shoulders over the wrists. I'm giving you a diagonal view here so you can kind of see what the body is doing. Stay in that relationship with your breath, steady in and out of the nose. But then again, allow your breath to be free and easeful, unique to your body and your practice. We come back to stillness, setting the fingertips forward and extend the left arm alongside the ear in a handshake position, finding extension in back body. So we're lengthening here. You should feel that through both sides of the waist, and with every exhalation, we draw the belly in and out. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the left hand comes down and we slide the right foot over to the left, turning the gaze over the left shoulder and breathing into right side body. So we're finding the C curve through the spine. Use the breath to stretch open the right rib cage. Maybe find spinning sensation through the waist or the outside of the hip. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, open the right leg out to the right and roll up the spine, stacking the hips and shoulders over the knees. We inhale to reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the right hand to the outside of the right leg and send the left arm up and over the head. Reaching through the hands, we breathe into left side body. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the left hand comes down to the mat underneath the left shoulder, and the right arm stretches up and over the head. With every exhalation, you can think about surrendering and letting go, creating more space for the shape. On your next inhale, come all the way back up, using the core strength, and then draw that right knee back to meet the left. Take the palms and flip them upside down. Bring the fingertips over the tops of the glutes and then really squeeze and press the hips forward. Inhale to lift out of the waist and gently turn the heart and gaze up towards the sky. And I want you to go into a very, very gentle camel pose here. Lifting almost upwards through the space of the sternum, lifting to the gaze. Maybe we lift the chin, but I want you to think about an up instead of a back, as if we're leaning over an enormous beach ball. Take one more big inhale here, and as you exhale, release, and then walk the hands forward, keeping the hips stacked over the knees, the forehead comes down to the mat as we come into puppy pose. And this is a miniature version of that inverted shape that we find in downward facing dog that we'll take in just a moment. You can also connect the chin down here if you want to deepen the back bend. Well, again, we want to keep the hips stacked over the knees. Notice the length through both sides of the waist and the arching in the low back. Take one more big inhalation. And as you exhale, press down through your hands, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We inhale to tuck the toes behind, and as you exhale, lift the hips and come into a bent knee downward facing dog. And just to give you a side view, I like to keep both knees bent as we spread the fingers wide, moving through the tip of each finger, the ball mound of each finger, especially that index finger ball mound, lengthening back body, melting through the heels. And then we can pedal out the legs, bending one knee as you melt your toes and heel into the mat. Noticing the toes, the calf and ankle. And we come all the way back to stillness. Inhale to roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees down, chest down to the belly. And as you arrive, we separate the feet, bring the hands off the yoga mat on tented fingers with the elbows pointed skyward. We inhale to roll up the spine nice and slow. Chin lifts left. Exhale, massage from body down. Inhale, roll up the spine, chin lifts last. Exhale, massage front body down. Inhale, roll up the spine, chin lifts last. Exhale, everything comes down. We walk the feet a little closer and bring the hands to either side of the heart. Inhale, press up to a low cobra. The elbows are bent, the hips connect down, and we breathe here. This should feel pretty strongly in the arms and in the space of the heart. Take one more big inhalation. And as you exhale, take it over the knees, big toes touch, knees spread wide, and the arms stretch out front. Once again, we return to this expansive breath in and out of the nose. Looking for that sense of opening from the base of the pelvis all the way up to the collarbones as the entire front body is activated with the breath. Take a big inhale here, reach the fingertips forward. And as you exhale, rock up to a tabletop position, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. We inhale to arch the back deeply, gaze skyward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chin. Inhale, arch the back deeply. Exhale as you round. Inhale, arch the back deeply. Exhale as you round. Inhale, arch the back deeply. Exhale, back to a neutral spine, lengthening tailbone through the crown of the head. And this time we extend the ball of the left foot behind, so the left toes are tucked. We lift in the back of the left knee and press through the center of the heel. Rolling the fingertips towards the outside of the mat, we bring them to point behind, or really whatever your expression of that is. Maybe they're out to the side. And then we begin to point and flex the left foot. Rolling over the toes, pressing back through the heel, opening in the leg while also shifting the shoulders over the wrists. So you may find sensation through the forearms, through the heel of the hand. And then come back to the center, send the fingertips forward, and we slide that left foot over to the right, turning the gaze over the right shoulder and breathing into left side body. Notice the space between each rib through the outside of the waist, maybe even through the hip. Neat. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, open the left leg out to the left and roll up the spine, stacking the hips and shoulders over the knees. We inhale to reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, the left hand comes to the left leg and the right arm stretches up and over the head. And we breathe. Energy through the right fingertips, length through both sides of the waist. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the right hand drops down underneath the right shoulder and the left arm reaches up and over the head. Take it one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, use the core strength to draw you all the way back up. We draw the left knee in to meet the right. And then take the hands, flip them upside down. The fingertips come over the tops of the glutes. The heel of the hand is at the low back. And again, we squeeze and press the hips forward, lift out of the waist, and then turn the heart and gaze up towards the sky. And maybe this time you go a little bit deeper, but really allow yourself to stay with the breath. There's no destination when it comes to these shapes, just a way for you to explore. And I want you to feel like from the belly button all the way to the collarbones, the heart is opening here. So whatever that means to you. Take one more big inhalation. And as you exhale, slowly release and walk the hands out to puppy pose. The hips stay stacked over the knees. The forehead or chin comes down and the arms stretch out front. We lengthen both sides of the waist, arch the low back, taking this miniature version of the inverted V shape of downward facing dog. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, press down through your hands, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We inhale to tuck the toes behind, and as you exhale, lift the hips, come back to downward facing dog. Again, the hands are as wide as the shoulders. We spread the fingers wide, rooming through the tip of each finger, and especially through the index finger ball down, as we press down and away through the hands and lengthen through back body. Looking for the extension in the spine over the straightening of the legs. So if you have to bend the knees a little bit to get the hips to really lift, do so. And when you're ready, inhale, roll through the spine, drift forward to plank, and exhale, lower knees down, chest down to the belly. We separate the feet a little bit wider, bring the hands to either side on tented fingers so the elbows point up towards the sky. Inhale, rolling up the spine, chin lifts left. Exhale, front body massages down. Inhale, roll up the spine, chin lifts left. Exhale, front body massages down. Inhale, roll up the spine, chin lifts left. Exhale, everything comes down. Last time, big inhale. Big exhale. Bring the hands to either side of the heart, walk the feet a little bit closer. We inhale, press up, cobra pose, elbows bent, hips connect. But this time we take it over the knees, tuck the toes, and come back to downward facing dog. As you arrive, take a big inhale, reach the right leg high to the sky. Continuing to stay strong in the arms, we stack the right hip on top of the left, bend the knee, and open up the hip. Noticing sensation not just in the right hip joint, but maybe through right side body as we root through both hands and keep the shoulders relatively square towards the ground. Inhale, reach that right leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, step the right foot between the hands and drop the left knee down to the earth, making sure the knee and ankle are roughly in alignment. We inhale here, reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, catch the arms broadening across the chest. Inhale, reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the hands to heart center, bring the left elbow to the right knee. We draw the thumbs towards the center of the chest and maybe even turn the gaze over that right shoulder. Take a big inhale, reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the inside of that right foot and walk your right foot to the edge of your yoga mat. We inhale here to gently lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, the forearms come down. Again, you can bring the forearms to a blanket, to a pillow, to yoga blocks if you have them. You can also just bend the elbows, using a little bit more arm strength as we find sensation through the right hip and maybe through the left hip flexor as well. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, press down through your hand and walk that right foot down the center line. We tuck the left toes and lift the left knee. Walk that left foot forward a few inches. Straighten the right leg and now over the right leg. So we're finding this deep hamstring stretch through the back of that right leg, rolling the right hip crease back so the pelvis stays square towards the front of the room. One more big inhale here. exhale, bend the left knee behind and step the left foot up to meet the right. And we'll take a forward fold here. The feet are hips distance and parallel. We can put a soft bend to the knee to protect the low back and clasp opposite elbows, dropping to the crown of the head. And we let everything go. Maybe nodding the head from side to side or swinging from the waist. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, palms to shin, glance out halfway, lengthening. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach both arms high, palms touch above the head. And as you exhale, draw the hands back to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms high. And as you exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, flat back lengthens the spine. And as you exhale, fold and step back to downward facing dog. You take a big inhale here, roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. And then roll to the outside of the left foot and reach the right arm high. And there's lots of ways to modify this side plank. You can drop the left knee down underneath the left hip, or you can step the right foot in front to take a little bit of weight off of that left hand. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the right hand comes down and both of the knees drop down to the mat. We inhale to reach the left arm high to the sky. Exhale, left hand behind the right wrist, all the way down to the shoulder and ear. And we can find whatever expression with the right arm that feels good as we gently rotate around the axis of the spine and breathe into back body. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the hand comes back and we unthread the left arm. Inhale to tuck the toes behind. Exhale, lift the hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. Exhale, lower slow, knees down, chest down to the belly. Inhale, press up to cobra pose. And as you exhale, take it over the knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale, reach the left leg high. And as you exhale, step the left hip on top of the right, bend the knee and open up the hip. Rooting through both hands, continuing to lengthen the spine. And again, maybe you find sensation not just in the left hip, but through left side body, maybe even to the right side. Wherever you experience sensation is where you should send the breath. Take a big inhale, reach that leg high. And as you exhale, step the left foot between the hands and drop the right knee down to the mat. Make sure the knee and ankle are somewhat in alignment. We inhale to reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, cactus the arms, broadening the chest. Inhale, reach the arms high. And as you exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Bring the right elbow to the left knee and drawing the thumbs towards the center of the chest. We can turn the gaze over the left shoulder here, continuing to breathe deeply in and out of the nose, expanding through the belly. Take a big inhale, reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the inside of that left foot and walk your left foot to the edge of your yoga mat. Take a big inhale here, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, the forearms can come down to the mat, to a blanket block or pillow. Or maybe we just bend the elbows as we settle into that left hip. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, press down through your hands and walk that left foot towards the center line. We tuck the right toes and lift the right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine here and then fold over the left leg, walking the right foot forward a few inches. We drop to the crown of the head. And you can nod the head here, yes and no, allowing everything to fall away. Inhale, bend the right knee behind, glancing forward, and then step the right foot up to meet the left, forward fold at the top of the mat. Again, the feet are hips distance and parallel. We can put a soft bend to the knee, but this time I want you to interlace the fingers behind the back and send the arms up and over the head. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, palms to shin, glance out halfway, lengthening. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach both arms high, palms touch above the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, step back to downward facing dog. We inhale to roll through the spine, drift forward to plank, and then roll to the outside of the right foot, reaching the left arm high. Options to modify here, dropping the right knee down underneath the right hip, or stepping the left foot in front of the right leg. Open through the chest here no matter what organization of the shape you take, and lift through right side body. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the left hand comes down and both of the knees come down to the mat. This time we stretch the right arm high to the sky, opening through the chest. Exhale, bring the right hand behind the left wrist, coming all the way down to the shoulder and ear. Finding the expression with your left arm that feels good. I like to extend mine forward. You can keep the hand underneath the elbow or even move towards a half bind here if that feels best in your body. But we return to the breath, opening the space between the shoulder blades, expanding behind us into the ribs of the back body. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, we unthread the right arm, returning to a tabletop position. Inhale to tuck the toes behind. Exhale, lift the hips all the way back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale, roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. Exhale, lower slow your way. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, take a big inhale, reach the right leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, step the right foot between the hands and make sure the feet are a few inches apart so we're on railroad tracks rather than a tightrope. And then we walk the hands to the top of that right knee. Spread the toes nice and wide. Gently roll the hips forward so we can feel the left hip flexor really activate. And when you're ready, take a big inhale, reach the arms high, extending through the fingertips. Allow the breath to flow deeply and freely through the entire body, energizing each cell with every breath. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, hands frame that right foot. Root down through the left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm high. Staying strong in our foundation, we spread the toes and lifting the back of the left knee. Really stretch through that right hand. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the right hand comes down to the mat. Shift the weight into the right foot. Walk the hands forward and float the left leg up behind. We're coming into standing splits. And I want you to flex that left foot, turn the hip down so the hips are internally rotated and drop through the crown of the head. If you're feeling spry and really energized, maybe we bring one or both hands to that right ankle. While we breathe here, that's always the most important. Take one more big inhalation. And as you exhale, step the left foot down to meet the right. The feet are hip distance and parallel. The knees are gently bent, and we allow the hands and head to hang heavy. Slowly begin to roll all the way up the spine, bone by bone, taking your time as you arrive. And as you do, roll the shoulders back and down.
Citizens fits the flow of your life with convenient and easy-to-use tech that makes you ready to wake up, pay your friend back with Zelle in the Citizens mobile app, all before your morning snooze. Quickly buy groceries with your Citizens card and your digital wallet for your next culinary adventure. And easily deposit that birthday check with mobile deposit. So whether you're relaxing, creating, or celebrating, we have tech that fits the flow of your life. Citizens, made ready.
We float through the crown of the head. Draw the hands to the heart. Begin to shift the weight into the left foot and lift that right knee. And as we lift the leg, sometimes our body's inclination is to lean back to find a counterbalance, but I want you to lengthen the spine and feel the engagement from the base of the pelvis supporting the weight of that leg. Fixing the gaze on an unmoving object, helping you to maintain your balance, but we're going to twist to the right. So we bring the left hand to the right knee and open the right arm out behind. Maybe eventually we turn the gaze towards that right thumb. But again, move slow, be patient with yourself. Every time you fall down is an opportunity to pick yourself back up. And you're in your home, I can't see what you do. Maybe you fall, maybe you feel embarrassed, but no one is watching you. You're absolutely free to experiment, to find your resilience. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center. Switch that right knee into the right hand. Open the right leg out to the right and open the left arm out to the left. And then again, maybe we turn the gaze towards that left thumb. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center. Draw the hands back to the heart and release the right foot down. And take just a second here, noticing the differences in the legs. Whew. Come back to stillness. We inhale to reach both arms high to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, palms to shin, glance out halfway, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward and step back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale here, roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. And as you exhale, lower knees down, chest down to the belly. And this time as you arrive, extend the right arm forward and bend the left knee behind. Reach for that left foot and draw the heel towards the backside and then begin to press the pelvis into the earth. So we're finding a nice deep stretch through that left quad. And again, the more sensation, if you want more sensation, press the hips down more firmly. For less sensation, you can kind of ease up here. one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, release the foot. Open that left arm out to the left, but with a slight forward angle. So the top of the wrist is in line with the eyes. Bring the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Tuck the chin in as we roll to the outside of left body. And again, tuck the chin, keep the head down. But then we can step the right foot to the outside of the left leg if that feels good. So we're opening through the left shoulder and pectoral muscle, but we're also finding a bit of a twist and hip opener through the low body. We can keep the right hand rooted down here. And then we breathe. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center and bring both hands to either side of the heart. We inhale, press up, cobra pose. And as you exhale, take it over the knees, tuck the toes back to downward facing dog. And this time as you arrive, take a big inhale, reach the left leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, step your left foot between the hands, ankle underneath the knee. Walk your hands to the top of that left knee. Gently roll the hips forward, making sure there are a few inches between front and back foot so you're nice and balanced here. And once you feel strong in your foundation, inhale, reach the arms high, and we breathe. Length through both sides of the waist. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands to frame that left foot. Root down through the right hand. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Twisting forward, twisting towards the left thigh, lifting in the back of the right knee and extending through those fingertips. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the left hand comes down. Begin to walk the fingertips forward as you shift the weight to the left foot and float the right leg up behind. Standing splits. The right toes point down towards the earth, the hip points down towards the earth, and we drop through the crown of the head. If you're feeling spry or a little bit more energized or balanced, you can bring one or both hands to that left ankle. One more big inhale here. And as you exhale, the right foot steps to meet the left forward fold at the top of the mat. The hands, the head hang heavy, and one vertebra at a time, nice and slow, roll all the way up the spine, bone by bone. As you arrive, we roll the shoulders back and down, floating through the crown of the head. Turn the palms forward, broadening across the shoulders and collarbones, and breathe. Draw the hands to heart center. Begin to shift the weight into the right foot and float the left knee. And again, we want to resist the urge to collapse in the chest. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. Find yourself engaged from the base of the pelvis here. And then fix the gaze on an unmoving object, helping you to maintain your balance. And you can bring the right hand to the left knee as you open the left arm up behind, maybe turning the gaze towards the thumb. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center. Open the left knee out to the left and open the right arm out to the right. And again, falling is only an opportunity to pick yourself back up. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center, hands draw to the heart, and the foot comes down. Take a big inhale, reach both arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthens the spine. Exhale, fold, step back to downward facing dog. As you arrive, we inhale to roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. Exhale, lower, knees down, chest down, all the way to the belly. And this time we extend the left arm forward, bend the right knee and reach behind you for the right foot or ankle. We draw the heel back towards the backside and then press the hips into the earth. The more strongly you rotate the pelvis down, the more sensation you'll create through that right quad, and then you get to decide. Whatever level of sensation you arrive to, deepen the breath. Feel yourself pressing the floor away with every inhalation. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, release the foot. Open the right arm out to the right. But again, we want a slight forward angle to the arm so the top of the wrist is in line with the eyes. The left hand comes underneath the left shoulder, you tuck the chin, and then roll to the outside of right body. We can step the left foot to the outside of the right here if that feels good. Keeping the head relaxed, the neck relaxed. Finding sensation maybe in that right pectoral muscle and shoulder, but also a subtle twist through the belly as we point the left knee up towards the sky. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center, bring the hands to either side of the heart. Inhale, press up, cobra pose. And as you exhale, take it over the knees, tuck the toes all the way back to downward facing dog. And this time you take a big inhale, reach the right leg high to the sky. And this time bring the right knee towards the right wrist as we sink the hips and come into pigeon pose. Now this one can feel really challenging and a bit tricky, so I want to give you a couple ways to kind of ease in. For a little less sensation, you can draw the right heel back towards the body. And then I want you to internally rotate that left thigh, so turn the left knee towards the center of the mat, drawing the left hip forward. Once you arrive in a semi-comfortable position for the legs, you can also bring a blanket or block or pillow underneath the right hip. We inhale to lengthen the spine and then walk the hands all the way forward, dropping through the crown of the head. And then we breathe. This is one of those poses that puts us face to face into sensation. Maybe it's not the same sensation of someone cutting you off on the road or getting an unpleasant phone call, but it's still sensation that triggers a reaction in our body. Can we breathe through this sensation as practice, liberating ourselves from reactiveness or the need to escape discomfort? Discomfort actually allows us to grow, to be more kind, more just, and more peaceful. I always like to remind my students that we get to exist in a world where it's both and instead of either or. That we are smart enough, resourceful enough, kind enough to hold all the truths that exist. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, press down through your hands, tuck the left toes, and step that right foot back to meet the left. But I want you to spread the hands and the feet really wide and just kind of shake out the tail. Resettling through the hip joints. Then we can walk the feet a little bit closer and we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale to roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. Exhale, lower, slow, knees, chest, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. This time as you arrive, inhale, reach the left leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, bring that left leg through to pigeon. So the left knee comes towards the left wrist. You can draw the left heel back towards the body, and you can bring a blanket, pillow, or block underneath the left hip to support the hips if you need to. And then roll that right knee towards the center of your mat, drawing the right hip forward. Take a big inhale, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward, settling into your pigeon pose. And again, we return to the breath, setting in and out of the nose. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, press down through the hands, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We tuck the right toes and step the left foot back to meet the right, and then into downward facing dog. And again, you can wiggle out the feet here, walking the feet wide, bending the knees, resetting the hips. You can back to stillness. We'll take one final vinyasa together. Inhale to roll through the spine, drift forward to plank. Exhale, lower, slow, your way. Inhale to open the heart. And exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. After a few breaths in your downward facing dog, drop the knees down to the mat. Roll to one hip or the other and swing the legs around. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Taking the feet in the hands, we inhale to lift tall in the spine. And as you exhale, fold over the legs, letting everything go. And you can always bring blocks, blankets, or towels underneath the knees here to support the hips if they're feeling sensitive in this shape. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly begin to release. Bring the hands to the outsides of the knees and press the knees to touch. Walk your feet to the top of your yoga mat and scoot your hips to meet your heels. We bring tented fingers in front of the toes and then slowly begin to trace those fingertips back, unrolling the spine, Coming all the way down to the earth, bone by bone, nice and slow. And as you arrive, walk the arms out to a T and the feet as wide as your shoulders or yoga mat. The head and neck relax down, and we just send the knees from side to side, rolling over the muscles of the glutes and the hips. And when you're ready, come back to stillness. Pull the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side here. And we can notice the shape of the tailbone underneath. We can feel the low back melting into the earth and all the muscles that surround the spine. Keeping the low back pressing down. Reach for the ankles or the outsides of the feet, opening into happy baby. Let me bring the elbows to the insides of the knees. You can extend through one leg over the other. Even open into a wide straddle here if that feels good. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, pull both of your knees back into your chest, giving yourself a good squeeze and pressing the low back down. Keeping the right knee pulled into the chest, extend the left leg forward. Open the right arm out to the right, sweep the hips a few inches to the right, and on your next exhale, send that right knee towards the left, turning your head to the right to complete the twist. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, pull both knees back into the chest, giving yourself a good squeeze and pressing the low back down. This time we keep the left knee pulled in and extend the right leg forward. Open the left arm out to the left, sweep the hips a few inches to the left, and on your next exhale, send the left knee towards the right, turning your head to the left to complete the twist. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to the center, pulling both knees into the chest and give yourself one final big squeeze. Take a deep inhale here, hold the breath in and squeeze every muscle in your body, squeezing the feet, the hands, the face. Suck in a little bit more air. And as you exhale, we release everything down, coming into Shavasana. The feet fall open to either side, the palms turn face up, and the limbs drop neutrally out of the joints. Relax the muscles of the neck and jaw. Allow the cheeks to hollow, the corners of the eyes to soften, and the tip of the tongue to drop away from the roof of the mouth. Release the conscious control of the breath and give yourself permission here to surrender. Begin to deepen your breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest and belly. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes or rocking the head from side to side. If it feels good, you can reach your arms up and over your head, stretching from the fingertips through the soles of the feet. And then bring a hand to one side of the head or the other, rolling onto the side, coming to the fetal position. And take just a moment here slowly come all the way up to a comfortable seat. Place one hand over the other, over the sternum, and just give yourself a nice rub here, sending all of that energy be cultivated right back into the body. May all beings everywhere be happy, safe, and free, and may our actions contribute in some way to that happiness, safety, and freedom. Thank you all so much for sharing your time and energy with me and allowing me to serve you in this way. This practice is so near and dear to my heart, and sharing this is something that I feel so passionately about. Again, my name is Victoria Rutledge. I teach here at Lark Street Yoga 3 times a week, and I would love to have you join me in any of those classes. I hope you have a lovely day. Drink lots of water and be kind to yourself first, and then to others. Thank you again.
Citizens fits the flow of your life with convenient and easy-to-use tech that makes you ready to wake up, pay your friend back with Zelle in the Citizens mobile app, all before your morning snooze. Quickly buy groceries with your Citizens card and your digital wallet for your next culinary adventure. And easily deposit that birthday check with mobile deposit. So whether you're relaxing, creating, or celebrating, we have tech that fits the flow of your life. Citizens, made ready.